Mary's asked him, we go ahead, is Mr. Carter here, David Carter?
He called Guy, that was the only reason I was gonna go.
I've talked to Mr. Carter. He bought a house that's in the flood zone. It's been flooded 2 or 3 times. I know in 2003 it was almost up past the windows. He's looking for some way to get out of his house. I've contacted the mitigation department with the state, and the guy that I needed to talk to was out until Monday. I'm gonna call him back Monday and see if I'm hoping in 2011 he filled out an application to apply back then. And I've seen a letter from I can't think of it, Craig Mans, that he had sent to Mr. Carter that said that when that property was built, it didn't get a building permit, so it wasn't eligible for FEMA relief. Well, that's not the case. You know, he bought it. You know, it was built back in '97, and he just now bought it. If there's money available and he qualifies, then he can get some assistance. But I won't know until I talk to that guy Monday to get the process started.
Okay.
So
But you're
I've told him
addressing
that,
his
too.
concerns, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, next is Maureen Halters.
Okay. I just came to update the commission on the work that we have been doing for cleanup. Last year, we were, in late fall, we were awarded $11,400 for community cleanups. And once we had expended that amount of money, the county commission took off with the rest, and we have cleaned up Ranger in October of 2012, Ranger, Harts, Griffithsville, and in the spring of 2013, we resumed in Branchland and Alum Creek and just finished with Hamlin. Now, I don't have the totals for Hamlin. That was just completed this past weekend. So as I know of, we have collected 108.69 tons of waste. These are roll-off containers that we put in communities for people to discard of their waste. I have one more site that I haven't been at yet, and that is in the Woodville area. I was needing a location, and I had contacted Doug Eastep. I think he's the fire chief. Is he the fire chief of Mooresville?
Yeah, he was there earlier this week.
Oh, he was. Well, he did not get back with me. We had a cleanup there once at the former Woodville Elementary in the lot beside of it, and we left it clean as it was in the past. And that's where I'm looking to have the next one, if they agree to us doing that. After that time, you know, I guess we're finished unless the commission would like to just keep this a continuing thing, because I have received calls from Harts, residents in Harts, residents in Ranger, and also in Griffithsville, wanting to know if we're going to be in their area this year. So I was just here to see what your pleasure is, if you would like to continue on with this or stop. It's expensive. It's very expensive, but it gives people a chance to get rid of their waste that they normally do not have a way to get rid of it at no charge at all. So
How much did you get?
$20,000.
I don't have the total that you have spent, because once we had spent our $11,400, the invoices started going directly to the county commission. So I haven't talked with Geraldine to see how much you have actually, paid on this cleanup. I know they're pretty expensive per cleanup. We're talking about $3,000 or $4,000 or more.
You're talking about doing 3 more?
Well, I'm scheduled to be in Woodville
Okay.
sometime in August, if I can get a site. And I was just needing that go-ahead from someone at the fire department that I could use that lot there. And then after that time, I'm finished unless you want me to just keep on throughout the fall.
So you have the money for the Woodville to pay for?
No.
Okay, you don't?
No.
Okay.
Now, the commission, I think that was on the list that Judy had given me to clean up the Woodville area.
No more grant money for next year, do you know?
No.
I personally think we should look at it and consider it, because we have a beautiful county, but everybody doesn't share in the responsibility of keeping it, like the sharks and people that do all the time, but we have to take some leadership role in that.
I think we need to see what the cost would be to continue the program, this year. Just as you were saying, if you wanna do it in Griffithsville, and what would the
Well,
total be?
since I've gotten requests from these 3 different areas, you know, after I would finish Woodville in August, I would go on to Hearts and Ranger, and it would just be, September would be Hearts, Ranger would be in October, and November Griffithsville, and finish up.
And the cost per cleanup would be?
It just depends. Now, in the Griffithsville area, we usually have such a mess in that area. It's widely participated in, and it just depends if people will abide by the rules and not dump on the ground, and just not dump if the roll-offs are full. You know, it doesn't cost me that much, but when I have to, the authority had to pay workers to come in and clean the grounds for people dumping on the grounds and having to get more roll-off containers to put the debris in. Now, Branchville and I had to use 10 containers. I think Griffithsville was around 12. Hamlin, we just finished with 8. And having that gate removed now, we have a roll-off down there that we use for open dump cleanup and litter removal. They filled that when we were not down there. So anybody can have access down there. So I was just waiting to know.
What's it cost per dumpster?
$275 per roll-off container, plus they charge you $125 just to place the container there. And then the amount, it depends on how many tons are in the roll-off container. The tonnage, they charge you, it's almost $40 per ton for your waste. And they generally average around 7 to 8 ton. It just depends, because sometimes we have I believe a backhoe. Daryl, have we used backhoes in the past to compact the trash so we can
Usually
get?
volunteer about stuff, really.
Yes, but we can get more in there if it's compacted, so it just varies. It varies how much they can hold. It all depends on the volume and the capacity.
Would it be more cost effective to actually get somebody to stay with those and watch it, or is it just better just to clean up the mess after it's over?
Well, you had the, just like down in Hamlin, you had, there was people down there that were helping. I think that was with the.
That's with the community corrections program.
Yeah. And
They've always
they
been
did a
involved.
really good job.
But you can't keep anyone there 24/7
Right.
because, like I said, we used to be able to close the gate on that side. But, and the way with public services, they do, it takes them all week to pull 8 to 10 roll-off containers because they have their normal garbage route they have to, do on that, and then fit in pulling those roll-off containers. So it takes a full week to get all of them out, and you couldn't have anybody down there all the time.
Thank you, Maureen. What we'll do, we'll look at this and see what we can, have available as for this, and we could let you know something by the next meeting if that'd be okay.
That will be fine. It's just wanting to keep this consistent.
Well, and I think we do, and I think, as long as we've got the money to do that, that's what we want to do.
Okay.
Because I think people, of all the questions I get asked being a commissioner, that's one. When are you gonna have more of the dumpsters for the garbage and stuff? So, we need to look at that, plus, and I'm sure you do look for grant monies and things like that, but I do think that we ought to maybe renew our efforts in that part and see if we can get some monies for that too, just to go ahead and see if we can help or let them help us, with things. And if we're putting in a particular amount of money, then it looks to me like they should, that would help them make their decisions if we were doing it. Does that sound right to you?
Well, we can only apply for the Solid Waste Authority can mostly apply for recycling grants, and every other year you can apply, well, every year you can apply with the Solid Waste Management Board. That's who we answer to. But we cannot apply for cleanup every year. Some of it has to be recycling efforts. So it's pretty much, I apply for something every other year. And that's not guaranteed that we get it, but normally we do.
I was just thinking, you know, with your recycling efforts, as you take the dumpsters out and stuff, if you also had recycling things there, if it might not qualify for more monies, you know, as far as what you're trying to do, if you have some type of a recycling effort as you do use the dumpsters too, you know, and see if, I don't know, just thinking about it there, but, you know, we all recognize what a benefit this is to the communities and things of that nature, and we all recognize that, you know, some people, that's the only time they get their garbage taken care of, so.
Yes.
We appreciate your help with that. We'll
Okay.
look at it. Thank
All
you.
right.
Next, we have a Joseph Caldwell sending a letter and he's here